One of the most important vehicles for Lexus this year is the LBX. Some may say it's the GX or whatever vehicle TX, but globally, not including North America, we will say the LBX is one of the most important vehicles. A few things. One is because it's three characters, LBX, similar to the LFA. What they introduced in January this year, they actually said that there was a Morizo RR concept. And that actually takes the current LBX that just went on sale not many months ago. So the Lexus engineers work with Akio Toyoda to actually get this LBX Morizo RR concept. And again, when it's a concept, some people would say it may never come up. But today, when we look at in Australia, and Lexus confirms that the LBX Morizo RR is going to be in production and it's going to arrive in Australia. So I haven't seen anywhere else that it's arriving, but I think anywhere we see the LBX, most likely we will see it arrive. Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at the LBX Morizo RR. So this one is an interesting vehicle, and unfortunately, it's not arriving in North America again. It's a small little vehicle, but this Morizo RR will have a big punch of power, and probably one of the fastest SUVs you can ever find. Because if you even look at the RX 500h, gets 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, so to 100 is probably a little bit more, but this one is 5.2. We'll have to see when they test this and see which one is the faster one, but I think the LBX will be faster. So Lexus confirms that the LBX Morizo RR is going to go into production, so it's not a concept anymore. It will actually go into the assembly lines. And this press release actually confirms that it's going to arrive the Australian borders. So let's go here and see what else they say. So they're saying a new type of driving excitement is on the way, with Lexus confirming that the LBX Morizo RR concept will enter production and is set to arrive in Australian market for the first half of 2025. So this will be the 2025 LBX Morizo RR. And they're saying that the LBX Morizo RR is a high performance limited volume version, so you probably have to go and put your name on the list because I don't know how many they're going to release, right? Because if you say that it's a limited volumes, I hope it'll continue to get production and not just like the LFA where they only produce 500, but we'll see. Not much information at this time. And it says it combines typical Lexus luxury with a serious sporting flair of extremely good driving experience. So the concept was shown in Tokyo Auto Salon in January, and that's where they announced it. And now they're saying that it will be going to production. So it's a 1.6 liter inline-3 turbocharged vehicle engine with an intercooler. So when you look at this, it does look like there's another Toyota vehicle that actually uses the same engine, or actually two models. And I think they're the GR models. We'll look in that a little differently later. So they're saying that if there's a direct shift 8-speed automatic transmission. So some people would say, what? Automatic transmission on such a nice sports car? Well, there's more to it. So they're saying that it's electronic controlled full-time all-wheel drive. There's a sports suspension, tires, and performance brakes to redefine the Lexus driving signature. This LBX Morizo RR actually gets world's first response enhancing damping structure, REDS. This pioneering technology uses thermoset resin in the front lower control arms to enhance steering response and feel across all speeds and driving conditions, further adding to the Lexus driving signature. So they're saying that the LBX Morizo RR is further proof that Lexus is committed to building smart and stylish luxury cars that are super exciting to drive. And it's saying that it's a game changer for Lexus because it encapsulates the exhilarating to drive qualities of the LFA supercar into an everyday compact luxury car. So I think this is actually a very nice car to drive in town. and be able to really push the limits. So then they're saying here that the LBX has been very well received at its launch, and with the limited volume of the LBX Morizo RR, it will set to entice customers wanting maximum thrills along with Lexus refined and luxury. So they're saying that the LBX will have the luxury and sport luxury grades, and the lightweight compact platform is made stiffer at the front, while the rear is also rugged but wider to incorporate the all-wheel drive differentials, double wishbone sport suspension, and a 19-inch alloy wheels wrapped wider 235mm performance tires. So the LBX comes with 17 and 18-inch alloy wheels, and now this one is a 19-inch wheel, so it'll look extremely nice as well. Wonder how the ride quality will be with the 19-inch alloys. LBX Morizo RR is going to be 10mm lower, so it'll be a little bit lower on the ground, so which makes it even better to drive. The handling should actually be much better. So there, let's look at what else they say. So the 1.6 liter inline-3 turbocharged engine with the intercooler, the G16E GTS, okay? And it comes with 206 kilowatt hour horsepower with 390 nanometer torque available at 3,250 to 4,600 RPM. So the folks in North America, I'll translate this. This is about 300 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. So they're saying here, during normal engine operating speeds, the turbo wastegate valve remains closed for instant torque delivery and no turbo lag. So they're saying that there's no turbo lag. I don't know, but we'll see when people actually get to test it. So then electronic full-time all-wheel drive. So they're saying that there's electronic controlled all-wheel drive split torque distribution. So it'll be 50-50 all-wheel drive. And there's a limited slip torsion rear differential, which is available, and it will actually rapidly distribute optimal torque in the left and right wheels, ensuring that you have a sharp acceleration out of the corners and stable control. And then the stopping power, they're saying that there's two pieces of ventilated front disc measuring 356mm times 28mm at the front, and a 4-piston monoblock calipers. The rear brakes are 281mm by 12mm rotors. So I think the rear is the same as the normal LBX, but the front one is actually much bigger. Follow me on Instagram at LSFTvideos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so just looking at the fastest Lexus vehicles. So you can see LFA is still number 1 with 3.7 seconds, but I think that will be beaten very soon with the EV Sports. And then when you look at it, RCF, IS500, LC500, GSF, ISF, LS500, the RZ450E, which is 5.3 seconds. And then we have the IS and then the RX500H. So you can see these numbers. Then when you look at the LBX, you can see that it went to number 8 and it beat the electric RZ450E with just 0.1 seconds. But definitely now the LBX is the fastest SUV that Lexus ever produced. So they're saying here that there's 2 transmissions. There's an 8-speed automatic, which rapidly fires changes, and first ever Lexus 6-speed manual gearbox, featuring intelligent manual transmission technology that adjusts engine speed for smoother and seamless clog swaps. So when you look at the interior concept, it's actually the same design. I don't think there's anything very different. Let's see, aluminum accelerator, clutch, and brake pedals. So we will have aluminum pedals there. There's active sound control tuned for the various drive modes. So there is going through the speaker, so there's active sound control. and they're saying that there's paid attention to the sports feeling inside the car, but then also paying special attention to eliminating unwanted noise, vibration, and harshness. So they wanted to keep it like a Lexus as well. Again, I won't get a chance to test this, but I'm hoping whoever gets the chance will be able to tell me, is it really going to keep it the Lexus standards, but making it extremely sporty. So they are saying that there's intensive use of damping materials throughout the body, high damping statistics on sections of the roof panel, special foaming on the underside of the bonnet, and optimal placing of the engine mounts to reduce startup vibration all contribute to a smoothing occupant environment. All right, so again, as standard, they don't know what the pricing is, they don't know what the specs are, but they did give us some information about the specs that they're looking here. And as usual, I will pull that information to a spreadsheet and then be able to actually provide you a comparison of the Morizo RR versus the current LBX hybrid. So you can see that engines are different, totally different engines. This one is used by the GR Corolla and GR Yaris. And you can see that it's 1.6 liter turbo versus the 1.5 liter. They're both inline threes. And you can see that because these are hybrids, this is the combined horsepower, 134 horsepower. And when you look at it, it gets to 0 to 100 kilometers at 9.6 seconds on the all-wheel drive and 9.2 on the front-wheel drive. And then when you look at it, it's 5.2 for the Morizo RR. So definitely a much faster vehicle, at least 4 seconds you're going to talk about. And when you look at the front brakes, they did talk about 356 millimeters, and you can see that it's much wider and it's thicker too. And then you also can see that the rear brakes are exactly the same. And then when you look at the suspensions, they're essentially the same. The all-wheel drive matches the all-wheel drive, so there's not that big of a difference. And then when you look at the tires, 17, 18 inches, 215, it's quite narrow, but now these are getting 235, which is much wider. But then it's a 45 thickness, so it is a very sporty tire. Probably if you're in the snowy area, it's going to be hard to get nice grippy tires. But then if you look at the overall length, exactly the same. We see the width of the car is 15 millimeters wider. And then look at the height, 1545. It's essentially the lowest of any of them, even with 17-inch wheels. Then the wheelbase, same thing, but the weight is about 70 kilograms heavier on the heavy side. So it is much heavier, but it is quite performance ready, 5.2 seconds. So there we have it, the LBX Morizo RR. I'm really hoping that they do produce this, and I actually like the photos that they showed on the concept. But when I looked at the photo that they produced on the press release, a little bit disappointed. So here we see the RR concept, and what actually made me really like this was really that yellow strip here and the yellow caliper brakes. It does make a big difference here. But then when I start looking at the photos that came with this press release, and it just felt that it was a little bit different. So this has the ultrasonic blue, and this now no longer has the concept. But you see that they have the red calipers, which is nice, but then they lost the signature color here. I'm hoping that they actually would have a different color here, like yellow on blue is actually a very nice color, and that will actually show that this is aggressive. And here we have a white one, and same thing, we've lost the trim color here. I'm hoping that they will add the trim back and really be able to give us a different look and feel here, because when you look at it, I would feel that it would look much better if there's a little bit different trim here, just to add that little bit difference and the aggressiveness. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that that yellow should actually be back, or a different color? It doesn't have to be the yellow, but I do feel that this little detail is missing. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.